Welcome to Deep Sleep Stories. My name is Matt. I know this podcast is quite new, but some of you have been following along for a while now. As you may have noticed, the narrator has changed a couple of times already in just a few months. The truth is, the podcast has been growing extremely slow, and basically nobody has left us any reviews so far. I'm here as the new voice of the podcast and would love to stick around, but I need your support to do so. Please, if you enjoy our content, it would mean so much to us if you could just leave us a review on whichever podcast platform you use. Now, take a deep breath and let's begin tonight's story.
Welcome to the channel, Deep Sleep Stories. You have arrived here with the intention of finding rest, seeking calm, and allowing your mind the gentle luxury of drifting into a place of soothing stillness. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. Notice the space around you, the softness of your pillow, and the natural rhythm of your breath. In a moment, you will be transported to a twilight realm within the Alhambra of Seville, a serene place of ancient Moorish gardens at dusk, where whispers of history blend with the lull of evening light. Take a slow breath in, filling your lungs with the promise of tranquility. Exhale gently, letting tension slip away from your shoulders, arms, and chest. Feel that wave of comfort descend through your hips, thighs, and calves until it settles pleasantly in your feet. Envision the day's cares dissolving, replaced by a velvety quiet that invites you deeper into rest. You are safe here, in this tender time meant for restoration. Let your senses drift. Let your mind open to a faint glow that beckons you toward an evening scene wrapped in the hush of centuries past. Your heartbeat begins to slow, matching the unhurried tempo of a distant breeze. The corners of your mind soften, releasing any lingering worries. You listen to the gentle hush of your breath, and each exhalation invites serenity to settle around you. You sense the approaching story like a gentle tide, carrying you further away from busyness and closer to a warm, comforting shore. Now, allow yourself to drift, for the scene will soon unfold before you, like the soft unveiling of a secret garden. Slowly, gently, let go. The words will guide you, carrying you away on delicate rhythms of calm. And as you sink into this atmosphere of quiet, feel your body snugly supported by whatever surface you rest upon. Let the story draw you in as you begin to feel weightless and serene. Let the gentle twilight of the Alhambra's Moorish gardens envelop you. You are on the threshold of a dream, ready to step across. In this dream realm, the story will take shape, and you will simply observe, unhurried and free of effort. Breathe once more, and then let us begin, shifting gently into the world of ancient arches, lamplit courtyards, and whispering orange groves under a dusk-filled sky. In the tender glow of an indigo sky, a solitary figure ambles along the cobblestone paths leading to the heart of the Alhambra in Seville. Soft lamplight casts shimmering circles on the ground, forming little islands of gold in a sea of deepening blue. The hush of twilight settles over the old fortress, and the gentle hush of a breeze runs across the corridors. There is neither rush nor worry here, only the promise of a tranquil evening in a place where stories are etched into every arch and mosaic. The figure's footsteps are steady, each step as deliberate as the slow hush of a lullaby. Ancient walls stand sentinel, their sandstone blocks still warm from the day's sunlight. Creamy, weathered surfaces are decorated with filigree designs, delicate patterns reminiscent of swirling vines. The forms dance across the facade, telling timeless tales of artisans who once poured their devotion into creating these exquisite designs. Murmurs of the past seem to emanate from every intricate flourish, weaving a tapestry of memory, tradition, and mystery. Warm air, tinged with the faint aroma of citrus blossoms, envelops the lone evening traveler. Orange trees bow gently to the soft wind, their leaves rustling like the gentle brush of silk. A nearby fountain splashes quietly, its water illuminated by the golden glow of ancient lanterns. This sound, a light and rhythmic trickle, seems to echo the timeless heartbeat of the fortress itself. There is comfort in this splashing cadence, lulling the senses and offering an unspoken invitation to breathe and be still. Each corridor leads to a new courtyard, and each courtyard whispers a different piece of the Alhambra's history. Graceful arches rise overhead, framing the dusky sky in perfect silhouettes. The traveler pauses beneath an archway, carved with flowing arabesques, pausing to take in the subtle shades of twilight. Above, the sky deepens from a pale lavender to a hazy navy where the first stars glimmer. It is the hour when daylight and nightfall blend seamlessly, and the entire palace seems draped in a veil of peaceful magic. In one of the grand courtyards, rose-pink marble columns stand in orderly clusters, their surfaces faintly reflecting the dimming light. A gentle sense of awe accompanies the traveler, who glances around as if stepping into the pages of an ancient chronicle. The Moorish geometry shapes every corner. Intricate patterns on the tiles, ornate plasterwork along the walls, and gracefully curving arches that lead to secret alcoves. Everything invites a slow, deliberate exploration. Nothing urges haste. In the heart of this courtyard, a reflecting pool lies still, mirroring the silhouettes of the palace's arches and the drifting purple sky. Golden lanterns line the water's edge, their flickering flames dancing on the rippling surface when the occasional breeze brushes past. The traveler kneels beside the pool, gazing at the watery reflections. Here, the boundary between reality and illusion feels delicately blurred. One can sense how, in this place, history has a way of breathing softly alongside the present. From somewhere beyond, the gentle chord of a guitar floats through the evening air. The sound is distant, more of a suggestion than a tune, but it weaves seamlessly into the tranquility of the moment. The traveler closes their eyes briefly, letting the faint melody sink into their mind, soothing and unhurried. When the eyes open again, the courtyard feels even more hushed, as if the very stones underfoot have exhaled a long-held breath. The traveler continues onward, following a narrow walkway lined with blossoming jasmine. Delicate white petals glow in the half-light, their perfume weaving through the corridor like a ghostly trail. Each breath in draws the sweet fragrance deeper into the traveler's lungs, filling them with a sense of languid warmth. Each breath out releases any lingering tension. It is as though the palace itself offers a gentle, living incense, encouraging every visitor to surrender to peace. Tucked away in one corner, a small entrance leads into an intimate garden. The space is hidden behind a row of tall hedges, giving the impression of a secret enclave. Soft lamps illuminate a circular fountain at the garden's center, water dancing up and down in quiet arcs. Around the fountain, mosaic tiles form an intricate star pattern, reminiscent of the celestial firmament overhead. In the calm hush of twilight, one can imagine that these patterns echo the cosmic designs of night, bridging sky and earth in harmonious geometry. The traveler steps farther into the garden, noticing the deep green of cypress trees swaying gently. Their tall, slender forms stand like silent guardians, rising to the sky as if in quiet tribute to the ages that have come and gone. Below them, flower beds bloom in subtle shades of cream and pale lavender. The earthen scent blends with the perfume of the fountain mist and the lingering smell of orange blossoms, creating a gentle tapestry of aromas that evoke a sense of timelessness. At the far edge of the garden, carved wooden doors beckon. Their patterns are intricate, with slender slivers of polished wood forming a lattice. The traveler steps closer, running fingertips along the smooth panels. A soft creak accompanies the door's slow opening, revealing a lantern-lit corridor that leads deeper into the palace. Here, soft tapestries hang along the stone walls, their woven designs capturing scenes of paradisal gardens. Each tapestry brims with flowers, birds, and winding vines, as though nature itself has been invited to grace the palace's interior. Moving through this hallway, the traveler feels the gentle hush of centuries passing by. The muffled sound of footsteps on thick rugs blends with the delicate swish of a robe against polished tile. In the serene half-light, the traveler's eyes drift from tapestry to tapestry, absorbing the detail woven into every thread. The sweet hush that fills the corridor encourages deeper breaths, slower heartbeats, and a gradually sinking feeling, like floating upon a calm tide. Beyond the corridor lies another courtyard, smaller, more intimate. Here, the traveler finds a bench of carved stone resting against a low wall. The bench is warmed by the day's lingering heat, offering a cozy seat in the evening air. A round fountain spills water into a small tiled basin. The hush of the place is accented by the soft, persistent flow of water, its gentle splashing reminiscent of a soothing lullaby. Above, An orange tree's branches dangle, bearing fruit that glows faintly under the lantern light. Taking a seat, the traveler finds themselves lulled by the tranquil fountain. The stone bench cradles their body, and as time drifts gently forward, they lose sense of everything but the delicate interplay of darkness and light. The mosaic at the base of the fountain is a kaleidoscope of colors. Cobalt, emerald, and ivory swirl together, reflecting Moorish artistry in every interlocking shape. Gazing at the pattern, the traveler feels the hours slip away, blending into a timeless flow of restful twilight. A breeze wanders through the courtyard, stirring the leaves and causing tiny droplets of fountain spray to shimmer in the lantern glow. The traveler closes their eyes again, letting the soft whisper of wind and water cradle their thoughts. Any concerns or distractions the traveler might have brought with them earlier seem dissolved in the presence of this gentle, ancient calm. In this stillness, the palace offers a moment of unhurried reflection, a chance to rest in the arms of history's quiet grace. Soon the traveler stands, feeling guided onward by the gentle currents of curiosity. A corridor leads away from the courtyard, winding past tall windows. Beyond the windows, a panorama of Seville at dusk stretches into the distance. Rooftops shimmer under the last ribbons of daylight, while the sky transitions from lavender into a deeper blue. Lamplit streets form golden ribbons winding through the city. Outlines of church spires and towered buildings stand in silhouette, the entire city breathing beneath the hush of evening. It is a peaceful, almost dreamlike sight. With each step, the traveler senses the hush of the palace as night begins to unfold fully. Shadows lengthen along the walls, dancing like silent storytellers. Occasionally, a small gust of air filters through an open archway, carrying with it the distant notes of a slow, meandering melody. The palace and its gardens seem to exist in a luminous half-world, anchored in the present, but echoing with the weight of centuries. Everything is a gentle invitation to linger and listen. Following the corridor, the traveler arrives at a larger courtyard, anchored by an elegant reflecting pool that stretches toward the far side. Tall, slender pillars frame the water's edge, each crowned with a simple Moorish arch. By now, the sky is closer to midnight blue, the stars blossoming overhead in delicate clusters. The traveler steps to the pool, peering at the mirrored arches and flickering lanterns. Each reflection ripples softly with the barest hint of wind, creating a subtle play of light. Orange blossoms float upon the surface of the water, drifting lazily across the reflection of the starlit arches. Their petals, translucent in the lantern glow, release a gentle, dreamy fragrance that wafts toward the traveler. The hush is enchanting, and a soft sense of wonder envelops everything. This quiet courtyard appears like a painting come to life, yet instead of capturing a moment frozen in time, it feels fluid, as if breathing and swaying to a lullaby only the night can hear. Beyond the courtyard, an arched gate opens onto a terrace. The traveler steps through, greeted by a view of the city below. The terrace is lined with potted plants, primroses, small palms, and clusters of aromatic herbs. The gentle coo of doves resonates in the distance, echoed by a faint echo of footsteps on distant tiles. This vantage point reveals not just the city's hush, but also the slow pulse of the Guadalquivir River, weaving through the lights like a strand of starlight. On one side of the terrace stands a small marble table with delicate iron chairs. Cushions in soft, muted colors invite a moment of rest. The traveler obliges, sitting to admire the city's tapestry of lights. There is no pressing schedule in this twilight realm, only the quiet spectacle of day meeting night. In the background, the palace's presence is like a gentle guardian, its archways and corridors suffused with the wisdom and grace of ages long gone. Gazing downward, the traveler notices slender alleyways winding past lit windows, each throwing a warm glow onto ancient walls. The hush of the evening is punctuated by the laughter of a distant gathering, the soft bark of a dog, or the faint clip-clop of a horse-drawn carriage. Above and around, the sky continues its star-strewn dance. The traveler rests, letting time melt into the velvet folds of twilight, feeling safe and at ease. The moment stretches, softly alive with hidden sounds and gentle sensations. Eventually, the traveler stands and turns back toward the palace's interior, drawn by an unspoken invitation. Passing once again through graceful arches, they arrive at a smaller hallway, where stained glass windows cast intricate patterns on the tile floor. The colors shift between teal and gold, flickering with the lantern's gentle flames. Traversing these shifting pools of light is almost like walking through a quiet kaleidoscope of earthly and celestial brilliance. At the end of this hallway, a wooden screen carves out a subtle partition, beyond which lies a secluded corner chamber. Pale draperies hang from the curved ceiling, creating the impression of a soft, billowing sky indoors. Low couches with plush pillows form a cozy nook, beckoning the traveler to sit down, to pause and let the mind wander. A single lantern hangs overhead, its glow reflecting off the polished floors and casting gentle shapes on the draperies. In this private alcove, the traveler can hear a new sound, a gentle trickle that suggests water is running behind one of the walls. With curiosity piqued, they rise and follow the soft murmur. Behind the chamber lies a narrow stairway leading downward. At the base of these steps, a small door opens onto an open-air bath, framed by tall pillars. Water from an underground spring emerges into a shallow pool before draping over stone edges into another hidden canal. The air here is warm and slightly humid, echoing with the gentle hush of flowing water. The traveler steps around the edges of the pool, noticing how the stones have been worn smooth by centuries of use. Overhead, the night sky is unobstructed, a broad canvas of shimmering stars. Torches set into the walls cast a soft, amber glow over the surface of the water, which gently laps against the edges with rhythmic whispers. This space, hidden away at the heart of the palace, feels almost sacred, an oasis of soothing warmth, a sanctuary for quiet reflection. A wooden bench rests against one wall. The traveler sits, letting the warmth of the bath's mist brush across their face. The mild, rising steam invites deeper, more restful breathing. Within moments, tension seems to melt away as the mind settles into the lull of water and torchlight. It is easy to imagine how generations before once found solace here, letting the day's burdens wash away in the hush of these hidden waters. Eventually, the traveler stands, feeling renewed, and returns to the stairs. Ascending them leads back to the corridor, where the hush of the night resonates through the palace's halls. The traveler winds through gently curving passageways until they arrive at another garden. This one, perhaps the quietest of all. High hedges and slender cypress trees create a sense of gentle enclosure, and at the center, a small, mosaic-tiled courtyard supports a simple stone fountain. The night breeze, cooler now, carries with it the sweet echo of midnight. A hush blankets the garden, and the traveler steps carefully across the courtyard to a stone bench beneath a grapevine trellis. The green vines, heavy with clusters of unripe fruit, filter the faint starlight, sprinkling the bench with soft shadows. Here, the traveler's thoughts move slowly, lulled by the subdued hush of the place. The fountain's trickle forms an unspoken lullaby, encouraging eyelids to grow heavier with each gently passing moment. In the distance, the bells of a far-off cathedral chime softly, echoing through the city's quiet streets. Their resonance reaches the traveler like a distant memory. Each gentle toll reminds the heart to slow, to settle even more into restful rhythms. Time feels fluid, almost irrelevant. The palace remains as it always has, calm, wise, and steeped in a mysterious beauty that transcends centuries. Stillness settles around the traveler like a kind embrace. The night deepens, the stars burn a little brighter, and the air cools with the promise of rest. In the hush of the cypress and the gentle lattice of grapevines, breathing becomes the only focus. Each breath is a small wave of comfort, rolling in and out at a measured tempo. The traveler finds that with every exhalation, another layer of tension lifts, dissolving into the perfumed night. Not far from this peaceful garden, a narrow path leads to an upper chamber with curved windows that open to the sky. The traveler passes through a tall, arched doorway, lit by a single lantern that throws elongated shadows on the walls. Inside, plush cushions lie arranged on low divans, offering a place to recline. The windows frame the heavens outside, showcasing patterns of constellations that glimmer above Seville's quiet form. In that chamber, the traveler gently settles onto the cushions, taking in the panorama of stars. A feeling of solace weaves through the air, encouraging deeper rest. The warm fragrance of frankincense, barely perceptible, lingers from a nearby incense burner, combining with the night's floral scents to create a gentle perfume. Soft, faint notes of guitar music drift from some remote courtyard, melding seamlessly with the hush of the scene. And so the traveler remains, gazing skyward, lulled by the interplay of fragrance, starlight, and the distant strum of strings. In the enveloping hush of night, the palace itself seems to breathe slowly, exhaling centuries of calm. There, in that timeless cradle, the traveler's mind drifts like a leaf on a tranquil pond. No pressing thoughts intrude, no burdens weigh heavy. The hush of the Moorish architecture, the gentle presence of water, and the lingering aromas all act as a gentle lullaby. Silence and serenity reign, creating a space for complete stillness. In that stillness, one might recall the soft footsteps that first led into the Alhambra, the jasmine-scented corridors, the hidden courtyards, and the flowing fountains. Each memory weaves into the tapestry of this timeless place, wrapping the traveler in an embrace of drowsy contentment. Gravity feels gentler, as though the body could float upward into the star-flecked sky, free from worldly anchors. As the traveler surrenders to this soft, weightless feeling, any boundary between daydream and reality fades further. The hush grows softer. The guitar melody, if it's still there, is but a whisper on the breeze. The traveler's eyelids grow heavy, lulled by the rhythmic lull of breath and the comforting hush of the space around them. Perhaps the faint trickle of a fountain or a gentle gust of night air remains in the distance. But these sounds are mere lullabies, guiding the traveler toward deeper rest. Night draws its peaceful veil across the city, over the palace, and within the quiet chambers. The cypresses stand tall, night-blooming flowers open their pale petals to the moon, and the traveler's mind slips into the sweet hush of slumber. The starry sky is the final tapestry overhead, an endless mosaic to rest one's thoughts upon, though now thoughts wane, replaced by the gentle drift into dreams. Everything is calm, everything is still, as the hush of twilight becomes the hush of night. And so, dear traveler, you too feel your breathing slow as you listen to the hush that has enfolded our gentle narrative. Let your eyelids grow heavy. Feel your body sink deeper into your cushions or mattress, lulled by the echoes of softly trickling fountains and the whisper of lamplit corridors. The hush of the Alhambra's hidden courtyards and mysterious arches surrounds you, inviting you to drift freely into the depths of rest. You might recall the scent of jasmine along those ancient walkways, the graceful geometry that guided your eyes in wonder, and the reflection of lanterns on still pools. Let each soothing image weave into the fabric of your dreams. There is no need to hold on to anything or do anything. Simply allow the imagery to float on by, soft and unhurried, like leaves upon a gently moving stream. Now, imagine all tension dissolving, replaced by the comforting hush of a night that welcomes sleep. The hush of Seville's hidden corners is woven into your own breath, a steady lull that encourages every muscle to surrender. In the warm, embracing dark, there is only tranquility, a gentle continuity of sensation that soothes and assures you of safety. Let yourself slip deeper with each gentle exhalation, further into the cushion of stillness. Feel the night's calm envelop you completely. Let the twilight become your guide into quiet dreams. Every corner of your mind can now rest, lulled by the secrets of ancient gardens and the glowing reflection of distant stars. This is your sanctuary, your place of serene release. Surrender to the peace. Sleep beckons, kind and gentle. Let it cradle you. Let the hush of the Alhambra lull you. Good night, dear traveler. Sleep well.